and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. So this video is going to be some gift ideas based on things that we already own and that I just know my kids love. So I wanted to kind of just go through our play space that we have here in the basement. We actually have a playroom upstairs, which I've kind of divided what kind of toys are in the different areas. But this is gonna be specifically what is in this play space that I would really recommend to friends or family members. You guys, these are just things that my girls have really loved. And if you like videos like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. So we have two kinds of Legos. We have these ones that are meant for the younger kids. They're a little bit bigger. And then we have these ones over here. Now, as you can see, this is a complete disaster. I actually got these bins just so I can put these in here for the meantime. We had two full Disney princess sets put together, fully put together, that my daughter took apart and combined. So getting those back together, I don't even know how we're gonna do that. If you have a kid who will keep things together, I would recommend any of these actual sets. But if you have a kid who will do this, I don't recommend spending all the money on those sets because it is a lot to get that back together. We had bought her this bin of individual ones thinking she could do whatever she wanted with those and could keep the sets together, but that did not work out. So fair warning, if you are looking at the Legos, it really is kid dependent. Something like this, where it's for the little kids, like my daughter has taken this apart a few times, but it's just a few pieces. So it really doesn't matter. And this is a table we actually got from IKEA. And I have the train stuff over here and then the Lego stuff over there. This is actually a really cool table. But yes, if your kid's younger and into Legos, I highly recommend these, and they're not as many pieces to clean up. If your kid is older and will destroy the sets, definitely get one of these where they can just build whatever they want. If they can keep the sets together, then yeah. I said this is the Disney princess ones that we had, but any of the sets, they're really cute, and I think they are worth it. Another thing we love, which is an oldie but a goodie, is Lincoln Logs. We love building with these, and especially my 6-year-old, she really loves building with these. They're a little bit harder than just using wood blocks, but it requires a little bit more, so that's what I really like about these. And they have little animals. So these, a lot of times they grab these and they do different things. So these are I think the company is called Safari Limited. I don't know, but these are the safari animals. It is not focusing. But yeah, we have lots of sets of these, whether it's farm or wild animals. We have some of the bigger ones too. But I think it's really nice to have those open-ended toys. They can kind of do whatever they want with them. These sets, I think, are also fun. So this is like a Mickey Mouse boat one, and it has the characters too. We've had this for many years. This is a newer one from last Christmas. This is the Encanto house. And if you turn it around and open it up, so it's got like the full house and different things. It came with the characters. They each have different rooms, all of that kind of stuff. I think these sets are really fun, especially the ones where you can kind of close them up and everything is mostly contained. So I don't actually have all the pieces in here since we do have all of these different bins and everything, but I like when you can keep most of the pieces inside something. Similar to that, we have this Bluey house, and again, it has the door where you can contain everything. So I really do like that kind of stuff for saving space. But we do keep a lot of things in bins like this or these baskets. This is the thing though that I need to really just revamp with storage because so many things end up in here. You can't really see what's inside of them. So that is something I want to change here. Another thing we really enjoy is this mat set. So these are separate. But this mat, as well as these ones here, we have had these for a few years now, and you can just configure them anyway. There were sets that have more than just these shapes, but we've really enjoyed these. My girls make little obstacle courses. I think these are really great. And then separately, this is an IKEA mat that we got recently, and my girls have had a lot of fun with that. I don't know how long we have had this slide, but it has been a long time. I would say at least 3 years. My oldest is 6, so maybe even 4 years. and they still play with this. They still absolutely love this slide. It has been worth it. I think we actually used it outside one time with our little like kiddie pool that we have, but we use this mostly inside and the girls have so much fun with it. Oh, and I didn't mention it when I was over here, but I always think these rugs are really fun to have. There are so many different ones, but I think these are really great. And we actually have this down here. This is one of those train sets that can travel with you. We took this when we went to the Bahamas as just something that my daughter could have. Again, another one of those things where you can store the toys inside the actual play item. I really love stuff like that. And so this is another good one. And these aren't toys, obviously, but I find that these have really been worth it. We might end up getting my youngest one the larger size, but these chairs, I know they're called anywhere chairs, but seriously, you really can just pick them up, take them anywhere. They're light enough for my kids to move them around. We've really enjoyed them. In here, we have another thing that my girls love. Nothing is super organized again, but this here is one of those pop-up sets. So inside it's got a tent, a ball pit, all of those different things. And I'll insert a picture so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I just love how we can kind of just fold it up and store it. And then these are 2 different sets of balls because to fill the ball pit, you actually need quite a bit. But these are just super fun. We will put them in here, but we've also just filled the girls' play pool that we have that we would normally put water in and fill outside. We filled that with balls too, and that's fun. So these are really cool to have together, but we find things to do with them separately as well. This is another thing that I like even more because of the way you can store it. So these stack on top of each other, and so do these. So it's really easy to be able to tuck it away. But you can make these balance beams as long as you want. And these have different textures on them. So my girls have a lot of fun with these. This combined with the play mats and the slide becomes a full obstacle course. This game and puzzle area is not organized at all. Things are kind of just thrown in. But basically, I have the games that are more for adults or that our girls would really have to play with us up a little bit higher. And then all of the kids' puzzles and games are kind of within their reach. I'm just gonna go through quickly some of our favorites because I've definitely talked about some of these before in previous videos, but if you are new, I will just mention some things that we love. Big yes to the classic games like Connect 4, Uno, Trouble, Sorry, those kinds of things. I definitely love all of those. Candyland. At my grandparents' house, we actually play Chutes and Ladders. But just all of those games that I think of when I think of myself as a kid, I think that those are totally worth it. They have stood the test of time. And if your kids love games, I think they're really good ones. And this was a home goods find, but I would love to find a non-holiday version, just a really big Connect 4 type game because my girls love this one. This is another one that we love that I would say is kind of classic, but I feel like Target is not carrying the Chuckle and Roar. I think they have a different brand that they use now. But what I like about this game is it is helpful for all ages because they have numbers like regular bingo, but then they also have an alphabet, they have sight words ones, and they have animals. And that's what we started with. We started with the animals, no reading required, anything like that. And my girls would ask to play this game all the time. So I really like that there's just a way for even younger kids to play. The original bingo game is really fun, but my girls still think that the animal one is their favorite. This is another one that I always recommend because this is just a favorite. I love the fine motor skills that kids are working on when they play with this, but this just is a really fun game. And it has things where you might have to take from someone else or you might lose all of the acorns that you've gotten. So it really kind of teaches those lessons of being able to handle things not going your way in a game. I would say that's a very valuable lesson for little kids, but it's still kind of just in a fun game. This is a newer game to our collection. Emmy had just gotten it for her birthday, and I think that playing it on like hard mode is honestly the only way we could really play it in our family. I think that when you open up the card, because there are 3 different clues you can get, by the time you get to the 3rd clue, which would be like a picture of pink feathers and everything like that, it kind of becomes very clear, okay, it's a flamingo. So it does say that it's for 3+ and you can play in like a easier mode or a harder mode, but I would say kids even younger than 3 could play the easiest version of this game. This is one of our favorites when it comes to the cooperative play game. I would say the top one would be the Orchard game. I'll put a picture of it, but at this point we've kind of outgrown that game. That game is definitely for like 2, 3, that kind of age. But that was a favorite of ours for years. This is one of those games where you're working together, and I think that it's nice to have a good mix of cooperative play games and the competitive games. You're still trying to win, and you can possibly lose this game. It is possible, we've lost, but you are working together to win, and I really do like that. I don't really want to go through too many of these games, especially because I have made previous videos on some of them, but I will make sure to link our top favorites below. The last thing that I wanted to mention are these tiles. Now, I know that there's a few different kinds. We use the Picasso tiles. We have just the regular ones here, the ones for the car I have here, and then the ones for the marble run or the ball run, whatever it's called. I have those here, just literally in just a random container. But I want to get the wider size from Michaels of this. This one's from Target, but I know Michaels has a wider one in white, and I want to get that because I've actually really liked storing them in here, but because it is kind of tight, my girls have some trouble putting it back neatly. So I really do like having the storage in here. And it's also nice because this is also magnetic. So I really do like that and want to get the next size. We just moved into this house, so we're still figuring out what we want and how we want to lay things out. But my girls love these tiles. There's always something built right now. They have their Lego princesses in here. If you have not jumped on the bandwagon of these types of tiles yet, definitely worth it. Out of anything I've mentioned, I would say this is the absolute favorite. I hope this was helpful. I see a lot of the what I got my kid for Christmas or anything like that videos. I made one last year after Christmas of what my kids got, and I love those videos, but I also want to hear like what your kids are actually playing with, like what they've liked over years or what they got last Christmas that they're still enjoying. So I really wanted to make this video, and I hope it's helpful if there is someone that you are looking to buy things for. Also, this is my first time filming in our basement, so hopefully you couldn't just like hear the fish tank running or my kids upstairs running the entire time. But that is going to be it for this video. But if you are new, please make sure to subscribe. And whether or not you're new, please make sure to hit the like button so that I know if these types of videos are helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.